Picture this. You're walking into a room full of people, friends, coworkers, maybe a crowd of strangers at a networking event. You're scanning the room, ready to smile and engage, but as soon as conversations start, something feels off. Maybe people don't seem fully tuned in when you're speaking. Maybe they cut you off mid-sentence, or their responses feel dismissive, and you leave the interaction feeling drained, wondering what you're doing wrong. Now let me stop you there, because I'm going to tell you about one single thing, just one thing, that if you start doing it today, will completely change the way people treat you. It's not magic. It's not manipulation. It's a shift in mentality so small yet so powerful that you'll start seeing the effects almost immediately. So what is it? It's this: start owning your space. I'm going to explain exactly what I mean by that, but first let's zoom out for a second. Think about the people you admire most in your life, the ones who seem to command attention the moment they walk into a room. What do they do differently? Are they louder? Are they more charismatic? Sure, those things may play a part, but it's not the full story. What really sets them apart is that they believe they have every right to be exactly where they are. They're not asking for permission or waiting for someone else to validate their presence. They're showing up as if they belong there. And guess what? That energy is magnetic. Now you might be thinking, okay, that sounds great, but what does owning your space really mean? And how do I even do that? It boils down to 3 key shifts: your body, your voice, and your presence. Let's start with your body language. Most people don't realize how much they shrink themselves in social settings. Maybe it's crossing your arms, staring at your phone, or avoiding eye contact. These habits send subtle cues to others that you're not comfortable, and worse, you're not confident. From now on, try this. Stand tall, plant your feet firmly on the ground, and relax your shoulders. Make a conscious effort to take up a little more space, whether it's sitting at a table with an open posture or walking into a room with your head held high. When you carry yourself like someone who owns the ground they're walking on, people notice and they respond to that energy. Next, there's your voice. How often do you catch yourself softening your words? Maybe you preface statements with "sorry, but," or "I'm not sure, but I think." Stop doing that. Every time you speak like you're second-guessing yourself, you're giving people a reason to second-guess you too. Instead, practice stating your thoughts and ideas clearly and without apology. For example, instead of saying, "I don't know, maybe we should try this," say, "I believe this approach could really work for us." Hear the difference? One sounds hesitant, the other sounds confident, and when you speak with confidence, people start to listen. And finally, there's the most important piece: your presence. Owning your space isn't just about how you look or sound, it's about how you show up in every interaction. Are you engaged? Are you genuinely listening to others, or are you stuck in your head, worrying about how you're being perceived? When you're fully present, when you give someone your undivided attention, they feel it. You instantly become someone they want to connect with. Here's the funny thing. When you start owning your space, it doesn't just change how people treat you, it changes how you feel about yourself. That nervous energy, that anxiety about whether people like you or approve of you, it starts to melt away because you're no longer playing small or adjusting yourself to fit what you think other people want. Instead, you're saying, without needing to say it, "I'm here and I'm enough." And once people see you owning your space, something incredible happens. Suddenly, they start treating you with more respect. They lean in when you speak. They value your opinions. You stop being overlooked and start being heard. One of the most powerful examples I've heard of this came from a friend of mine. She used to hate meetings at her job because she felt like no one ever took her seriously. She would sit quietly, speak only when asked, and constantly feel like she was being talked over. But then she made a small change. She made it a point to sit at the table, not on the sidelines, and speak up early in the meeting. Even if it was just to state her agreement with an idea, she spoke with authority. Within weeks, the dynamic shifted. People began asking for her input. Her boss noticed her more, and all it took was owning her space. You don't need to wait for permission to do the same. Start today. The next time you're in a conversation, take a second to check yourself. How are you carrying your body? Are you speaking confidently? Are you fully present? Give yourself permission to be seen. Give yourself permission to occupy your space unapologetically. Because here's the truth. The way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others treat you. When you show the world that you respect yourself, they'll do the same. So try it. Do this once, own your space, hold your head high, speak with confidence, and show up like you belong. Watch how fast the world around you starts to shift. You'll be amazed at what that simple change can do.